Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we are discussing a very hot topic. We are going to be talking about internet and connectivity while you're on the road. But before you leave, don't click away. I know there's a lot of videos out there like this, but I have noticed they are all kind of from the perspective of full timing and people who are willing to pay extra per month for all these services. What about the person who just wants the occasional boost while they're camping for the weekend and they don't need that monthly subscription? That's what we're going to be discussing today, so stick around. We've been curious about these, wondered if they actually work, because the majority of our internet usage is our cell phone. We're looking for something that can just boost what we're already doing. We've been in some very remote locations where we have hardly any cell signal. It's hard to even send out a text. That's not a good feeling, not to be connected to the world, in case of emergencies primarily. But what the booster will do is take any existing cell signal that it finds and simply boost it, give you a stronger connection. It will not create a cell signal where there is none to be found to begin with. So just be clear of that. If you don't have cell at all, this is not going to work for you. You have to have at least something in order to make it stronger. But since we do primarily use the hotspot and our secondary is actually another cell service that we use, obviously it's optional, you don't have to buy that, but we can talk about that too, what we do for backup. This uses Verizon, the other cell signal uses AT&T or T-Mobile on 4G. So it's supposed to boost any signal and help any device based on a cell signal. So we're going to see if this works. So let's get into it, let's unbox it, open it up, test it out, run some different connectivity and speed tests, and we'll see what we find out. All right. User manual. So there's your actual device. Wow, that's heavier than I was expecting, but there's your outdoor plug, USB, indoor, and your DC in. A couple adapters. This is for mounting. I got some different mounting hardware. Looks like some different mounting tabs, wire ties. There's your mounting brackets. This is designed to attach to a ladder. So get all this mounting stuff out of the way. They give you a lot of options here. So there's your AC adapter. They also provide a DC adapter. Now what this might be good for is if you decide to hit the road with it, you can attach this to your vehicle and power it that way. So if you're out, I don't know if you like to go overlanding, off-road camping, whatever it might be, actually we're thinking about doing that. We have a Jeep Wrangler that we're working on getting it off-road capable, and we would love to do some overlanding. So we'd be able to boost our cell phone signal with this HiBoost and never feel like we're completely stranded. So, and then here's your antenna that's going to be used for indoors. And then here is the outdoor antenna with lots of extra cable there, so you can mount this wherever you want, and that's extremely lightweight. So I was kind of concerned about that. If you mount it outside, is it going to, flop in the wind, or how strong are the antennas? But that's pretty lightweight. Okay, so now that we got all that out of the box, we have to figure out where we want to put this using these different mounting attachments. We are going to do a temporary install. I'm not permanently installing this anywhere because multiple reasons. Number one, I don't know where to put it. This rig does not have a ladder, and I haven't been up there to really investigate exactly where a good location would be, because they do recommend that this antenna and this receiver be spaced a good distance apart. The second reason is because of what I had said. Maybe we want to use this mobily and take it in the Jeep to go somewhere. So I'd like to be able to take it down, use it anywhere. So let's go find a good location to put it up, plug everything in, and see how it works. So like I said, the hard part for me is deciding where to install this. I could do like a lot of other truckers do and put it on the mirror. I'm afraid of it wobbling and banging into the side of the camper. And we have our Wi-Fi receiver right there, or the cell phone receiver that generates the Wi-Fi signal inside, and you're supposed to have a good distance between the two. So I'd have to redo that. So let's get on the roof and see what my options are. So after looking around, I have no good place to put this thing. So I have a very janky temporary install. I'm not leaving it like this. I will not drive this way. I might actually find a solution where I can just put this inside a tripod and just set it up anytime that we need it. So this will at least hold it for today so I can get a good test. This is far away from where we're going to be at. So let's go hook up the other end. So there we go. Very temporary. Through the window. Let's go plug this in. Okay, now that we're back inside, we need to download and install the Signal Supervisor app. And then we'll have to, if this is your first time, obviously create a new account. And then once you do that, you can register the device. So now we have to plug this in. We're going to take our outdoor antenna and plug it where it says outdoor. And our indoor antenna where it says indoor. So far this is pretty easy. I think the hardest thing was just finding the apps and getting stuff registered, so isn't that true of a lot of electronics? And then we will take our AC power cord. Alright, now we've got these nice LED status lights to let you know what's going on, and they do have a code in the book. So you can kind of decode what all those things mean. There it is. A lot of wires for now, but we'll get all this cleaned up once we figure out where we want to keep this. Okay, so that's it. We've got it registered. Let's see what this app can do. Okay, there we go with our, they recommend having at least 50 dBs, and they're saying it's acceptable. So we're going to do a quick speed test with it unplugged, 2 bars LTE. So let's see what kind of speeds we get with the HiBoost off. Do not have a good connection here. It's barely even finding it to do a speed test. Wow. So we have enough to get a cell signal. So that's what the HiBoost needs, but not very much. 0.38 down, 0.39 down. Error. So we had 0.39 down, it couldn't even test an upload speed. So I'd say we're in a good position to see if this HiBoost actually works. So I am going to go back into the HiBoost app. We are going to plug this in. Now we've got our indicator lights letting us know that it is on. We can go back into our app. Signal. Okay, so recommends having at least 50 dB. So the camera struggles continued, and I didn't realize I lost some footage from this part, but I was still able to capture the screen from the test, and you can see it's testing quite a bit faster with the HiBoost connected. Now it's nothing blazingly fast, but you'll notice that we still have 2 bars, but now it's 5G instead of LTE. So we ended up with 9.98 down. And remember, the previous test errored out for upload speeds. So while this upload speed is still not good at all, at least it even made a connection. So I guess it did its job. So we are going to run another test. We are going to show you our TravelFi. This is some really nice internet for when you're on the road. It is a subscription service, but there are no SIM cards needed. When you have this, it's going to pick from the best cell signal available between AT&T and T-Mobile. Verizon used to be on it, but now that they have 5G plans, Verizon is 5G only. You can get a 5G router, but then you have to pay for the unlimited plan. They don't have any metered plans yet on the 5G. So we stuck with the 4G just between AT&T and T-Mobile, and then we use Verizon on the cell phone when this doesn't work, or if we just don't want to pay for any extra data. Not sponsored, not affiliated. We bought this. We pay for their monthly services. Go to their website if you want to check them out. But this has been pretty good if you want cell signal and you don't want to mess around with any kind of satellite stuff like Starlink. So we are going to start a speed test with the T-Mobile. You can see we're connected to AT&T without the HiBoost on. So HiBoost is off. And of course we can't see bars. The bars on my phone, that is still the Verizon. So this is through Wi-Fi. So 28.5 down. So between 1.5 to 2 up. So 28.5 down, 1.85 upload. That is just where we're sitting. That's the signal we're getting with AT&T. I can't see bars with this product. It is kind of you can only see data speeds. That's it. So I'm going to plug the HiBoost back in and we'll do a new comparison. Now we have the HiBoost turned back on. You see it's flashing lights, so you know it's ready, good to go. Reconnected with the Bluetooth, so we've got our 50 dBs. So we know we are connected. So now we're going to switch back over to my speed test. And we are going to start a new test. Everything's going to look the same. Again, reminder, the bars has nothing to do with it. We are currently on Wi-Fi using TravelFi, which uses AT&T. We are at 36, 37 down, 37.9 down, and look at the upload. Wow, 13 to 14. Wow, so 37.9 download, 13 upload. So originally, using the TravelFi, we were getting 28.5 down, 1.85 up. I turned on the HiBoost, we are now getting 37.9 down and 13 up. So it made a significant difference in the speeds. And keep in mind, this is not a very good connection here. We have had with TravelFi, speeds of 80 to 90 down on their 4G router. So pretty good improvement. The Verizon with the cell, we saw the bars stayed the same with 2 bars, but it went from LTE to 5G. And it went from 0.39 down to 9.69 down. And of course, this has nothing to do with the quality of a cell phone call or a text. So I'm just going to assume that those are dramatically increased as well, just by increasing the dBs. I wish I had a better app to test that. Sorry, I don't. But it is what it is. I still think we got a fair comparison, and I think it is good enough for me to recommend the HiBoost. Obviously, I need to still find a place to install this. I know I'm going to probably want to make it temporary, so I could take this in the Jeep. If I'm Jeeping in a remote location, I'd be able to boost my cell phone so I can send and receive text messages. But I would give this a thumbs up. I would say this is worth it. It's a one-time purchase. We will put a link down below that you can help us out by recommending this, but it'll also give you a good discount. So click the link below, go to HiBoost, get a discount. I don't know. I'd say it's worth it. If you want to stick with just cell phone and you don't want to mess around with all these extra services, like I said, we use TravelFi, but you don't need it. If I know my cell phone's being boosted, then I'm comfortable just using my hotspot. And we all have hotspots on our phones, so we've each got 30 gigs. You can rotate between the hotspots. And the other thing you can do is actually just, if you're worried about limited data, reduce your usage. If you're watching YouTube or YouTube TV, go from 1080p quality down to 480. On your cell phone, you probably won't even notice a difference. And even on a TV, you might not notice a difference. But it is going to cut down on your streaming usage and your data usage. So there are ways to save data and still stay connected, still stream, still do the extra things. But for connectivity, just to place a phone call, send a text, I definitely think the HiBoost is worth it, and it's doing what they claim it would do. It is increasing your cell quality, your cell connection. Again, it will not create a cell connection, but it does boost what you've already got. So all in all, I'd say this one's a win. We are gonna keep this in the camper. We're gonna use this whenever we feel like we need it. I can already think of a couple campgrounds that we have been to that we have got one bar, such poor connections that we can't hardly even send a text. Now I feel like we're going to be able to. So click the link below, go check them out for yourself. If you buy it, use our coupon code, get yourself a discount, help us out. So I guess this was a successful test and experiment. So thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.